Uh, Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode, another session of Open Dialogue Forum in English. Uh, Hope you're all doing well. And today, Juliana ji is again with us to speak on a new topic, very interesting topic. And she's going to speak about harmful valuation and stressful competition that exists in our society. So, welcome, Juliana ji, and I hand it over to you to carry forward this session.
Hello and namaste to everybody. Actually, this topic is one of my very sensitive topics throughout of all my life. What is self-worth? Are all people really equal and of equal value, as many spiritual teachings say? And if everyone is equal, then why in our daily life do we compare ourselves with others? Feel an inferiority complex and superiority competition with each other, and don't very often enjoy cooperation. Actually, the fact that we are not the same basically should not cause any particular problem. There are men and women, people have different skin colors, different talents from birth, different looks, different ages, different hobbies, different interests. It would seem so cool, so much variety, and we could live and enjoy in this wonderful environment of different people, helping each other to satisfy our wishes. After all, so that we can live comfortably and happily in this world, we need for this help of so many people. Someone built houses for us, someone sew clothes for us, someone is our teacher, someone is a scientist and make some discovery for humanity. Someone is an artist or a musician. This is wonderful and we all need it. But in fact, we face many difficulties and obstacles. So to simply living and enjoying in this diverse collective environment. And what is wrong here? First of all, what does the value of a person mean? Who evaluates us and on what basis? Are we evaluate ourselves? But how can we evaluate ourselves? For example, I can explain to someone about myself, how I look, where I live, what is my profession, what I like or dislike, what talents and abilities I have. But how can I evaluate myself? Only in comparison with others. And on what basis will I evaluate myself? How do I understand whether I am better or worse, more beautiful or not, smarter or not, more talented or not? I can't assess myself. I just the way I am. I was born that way, and I just want to do what I want, what I like, and get enjoy and pleasure from it. This is very, very subjective. But now I am go out into society, and others already start to evaluate me, and me too make them some value in accordance maybe with the standards of beauty in a given society and a given time, in accordance with the value of a professional in a particular field. The higher and better my natural data, in comparison with others, of course, and the better I was able to transform them into skills, means get a good education, the more chances that my value in the labor market will be higher, and I will be able to find a good position in society. get big money, and feel like a winner in life and successful person. And others will think about me same. And then my self-esteem will be high. Although in modern society, not every person will be able to reveal all his talents that he has from birth. After all, not everyone has access to a good education, and not every talented person becomes successful. Not all, for example, scientists have a high salary, and not all famous artists and singers who have become superstars are more talented than others who are known. Maybe they were just lucky, or they were good connection. The same goes for well-known politician leaders. Maybe they took their position by force and deception, not talent. But if a person does not achieve success in life, then his self-esteem will be lower than that of the winners. More often, he will feel inferiority. In general, it is difficult to really understand your real value. Only the concept of success or wealth take as criteria, basically. But these criteria don't correspond to the real state of affairs. Sometimes we say, oh, this is a good person, but he is unsuccessful in life. But this one is bad, but he is rich and successful. And we think for sure he goes against morality, and his wealth is the result of corruption. Also, this also not always so like that. The child usually likes himself. He doesn't even think about whether he has any value or not. He just plays, begins to learn about life, communicate with parents and friends, learn different skills. And this level, he does not yet understand whether he is more valuable or less valuable than others. There are no problem yet. But where does the problem arise? The problem arises as the experience is gained and the mind develops, when the child begins to observe adults and compare. After all, we always compare something with something, wanting to choose for ourselves what we like best. And our parents and close adults already live in the system of values and the modern capitalist society, where the value of people is unequal. And from them we learn what is valuable and what is less valuable, which people are more important and significant, and which are less, which professions are respected and which are not. From the adults around us, we learn patterns of behavior in society. And from them, we learn our own value for the first time. They praise us or scold us more, love us or not, compare us with other brothers and sisters or our other children, or avoid comparison and respect our nature. Myself, childhood was spent in socialist society, where the idea of equality was quite strong. The standard of living was about the same. Most were middle class, we lived about the same, not very rich. We children were often, judged by how well we do in school, like good students or bad students. Because in our society, it was believed that a good student would be more useful in society as a builder of communism. This child is good, he studies well, but this one is unsuccessful, poor, he is bad and less worthy. Parents were scolded for poor grades. Teachers were shamed. Them other children automatically considered such bad students less valuable and less respectful of not listening to their opinions so much. It's only if a bad student became, for example, the leader of some company of hooligans, then his value increased a little, because now he won in power. Also, he could not win in like some mental abilities. We have already said that academic success and many talents are not yet a guarantee of success in society. When in my country, maybe you listen to this, perestroika, when perestroika began in Russia, and then the transition from socialism to capitalism happened, there were many former bad students and hooligans among the first capitalists who, by force or sometimes by cunning, they took into their private ownership what was previously public ownership. And also quite often similar people occupy political posts with the help of power, rigidity, the ability to go over the heats of competitions, manipulations, etc. In the modern system, the truly capable and the best, what we can think. More often, the strong or cunning ones do not always win. I remember that my supervisor in graduate school said, before defending a thesis, you must personally meet all the members of the selection committee and please them. Because the human factor is one of the most important. If they like you, it is more likely that they will not pay attention to your mistakes during the report. So, by such very good position in society, which is considered the most valuable, is often achieved in little or more or little cunning ways. Another example from my childhood. I remember my feeling of first jealous. It arose at school to one my friend whose parents worked abroad and could bring her very beautiful clothes and toys, what we could not buy in Russia. This feeling in me was very strong for the first time, and I felt a sense inferiority next to her, and was very surprised, because at school I studied well, better than many others, and this gave me reason to be feeling superior, and I was blessed. But then I suddenly felt that I was lower than her, because she had a lot of expensive things. It means that she is somehow superior to me. And this feeling, of course, makes me very unpleasant. Or also my son example. He attended a private school, and children from wealthy families studied with him. The school was expensive, but good. It was not easy for our family collect money, but it was easy for wealthy parents. And I remember how I invited my son to, please, you can invite your friends to visit us. And then he said, Mom, actually, I'm ashamed. They won't like our house. We don't have anything interesting at home. You would know what a huge apartment they live in and how many games and toys they have. Yeah, our society compares people and evaluates who is more valuable and who is less valuable. Valuable is the one who is successful. There is a serious cult of successful people in society. But what is success in a sense? Now, this is basically when you earn a lot and when everyone respects you, or what else can be called a success. Skillfully organized your own business, get good, for example, passive income. Thanks to this, you can buy all the things you want, travel the world, communicate with respectful people. And of course, there is much more chance of finding some good partner for a relationship or for sex. All the pleasures of the world, like open up to you thanks to money. and other people looking at your appearance, how you look, immediately understand that you are rich or poor, and accordingly the attitude towards you can change. Poor people without a good education and status often feel, inferior next to rich, even standing near. And high status people, and it is difficult for both of them communicate on equal terms. Even the tone of voice can change. The lower one try to please and maybe flatter the higher one. In Japan, for example, there is even tradition, it's like rule. The higher the position of a person in society, the lower one should bow to him. Like this rule of angle of bow. How the low you can bow to very great status person. I know in India there is a tradition to bow to the guru and touch his feet, already considering him more valuable than yourself in advance. Even if you still don't know how much his knowledge is really valuable to you, or maybe you are much more educated than him. You can imagine that a movie star or a famous politician, and some homeless man approached you coming. Basically, it's like naturally happening that we not perceive them the same way. I telling now we, but it's like tendency. Maybe someone less, someone more, but some tendency, even little, exists. We can admire one with respect. We will do some behavior with little more respect. We want to maybe sometimes take pictures with him, then we will show this photo to others. Because such people are rare, piece product, single product, which means it is more valuable. At the same time, they may eternally disagree that he is above us. We may consider it unfair and even can jealous, but behavior will still be respectful. And we can look at a homeless person from top on bottom. There are many such useless beings. He is not one. It's like many such like. There is no value in them. We may even feel some irritation. Of course, if we're a little moral, good person, we can feel compassion. There is a such tendency. Even very moral people after can criticize himself. Why I doing discrimination, and I should love everyone with equally, but this feeling can be. I remember the first time after finishing my sadhana, I came for a consultation with a well-known psychologist who would also be an astrologer. He talked to me, then opened my horoscope and said that you probably have problems with wealth. Your welfare may be not good. At that time, I did not have any particular problems. More exactly, I did not really think about my well-being at all. I was surprised. I did not really think about my well-being, but what he read in my horoscope. And what is wrong here? I spoke to him about my practice, how wonderful it is to be a kind, wonderful, and spiritual person. And I did efforts for my spiritual aims. But later I realized that he was actually looking not so much at my horoscope, but maybe at my clothes and appearance. Being nun, I did not look after my appearance. Now I also not so much, but that time completely, because I thought it was my value system that appearance not important. The main things, it's the beauty of my soul. And of course, I did not look very respectable. And when I realized this, why he told, I felt uncomfortable. And I thought maybe I am really loser and don't understand something. He was a very successful psychologist and astrologer. And I paid a lot of money for his consultation. And he was friends with many famous spiritual gurus and media personalities. And looking at me, he probably thought, poor woman, she had been doing sadhana for so many years, but she still did not understand what the real meaning of life is. Yeah, human naturally bows to power and wealth, and from childhood, many parents try to direct their children on this path, not always paying attention to his true talents, abilities, and interests. The main thing is that he starts to study early, choose the right profession that will bring him money, honor, respect in society, and they do it with the best intentions because there are such values of society. Me too chose an university for my first education, not because I liked really my profession. It was a teacher of Russian language and literature. Just I liked, little liked. But in my society, it was considered valuable for being a respectful member of society. But it was not my value, but someone else, and I understood it already in the first year. But where could I go? I put a lot of efforts. My family spent a lot of money of tutoring. Therefore, I finished my studies without that big interest. And when someone asked me, haven't you read War and Peace of Lev Tolstoy or Crime and Punishment of Dostoevsky in full? Actually, it's like classical, most famous books. You are a Russian philologist. And I answered no, because I was not interested. But this book is very big. And everyone really wondered how I could get this diploma of a Russian philologist, and most importantly, why and for what. Yeah, I did not go to my work on my specialty and how many people go and suffer all their lives. It's not easily for us to, tolerate or simply accept that others have more than us, that they are in better position than us. And the fact that we often have to do competition and win in order to feel like a loser. But there are only few winners and there are so many losers. According to statistics, the most important winners are only near about 10%. And now I think that, spiritual area, some people trying to escape this unpleasant feeling of I am loser can also go into sadhana by such reasons also. But what among spiritual practitioners can be same or even more competition? Some going for be free because they're thinking that I don't want more live in some competitive world. But some coming for get successful in spiritual area also. When I was doing spiritual practice, my first Japanese guru teach us a daily meditation of overcoming discrimination between self and others. We meditated that we have a pure Buddha nature, and after feel it inside us, we will never hate and jealous anyone. We will understand that everyone is equal and we will love everyone. But why and how does this happen? This meditation is also, just kind of self-hypnotizing that gives some tranquility. But in daily life, we continue to evaluate not on the basis of Buddha nature, but on the basis of our position in society. And it's naturally happening. And also my Japanese guru claimed that the most worthy and cool in world actually monks. The value of monks is higher than of all rich in the world, all rich people. And they're worthy of the honors and the greatest donation from the rich. And of course, the Guru himself deserves the most respect and donation. And the monks also, wanted to practice and compete with each other for a higher spiritual title, as well as for praise of the Guru. More ambitious also wanted to, sit on the throne and lecture like a Guru. Although the same Guru taught us meditation that all beings are equal and the nature of Buddha within everyone. But in the end, he himself followed the modern system of values. And in his Sangha, there was a very competitive environment where the winners received all the benefits, honor, recognition, power, respect of believers, of course, donations. In other spiritual schools, I looked the same competition, including when I was practicing in India in some ashram. That my Japanese guru considered himself the savior of the world, as Jesus Christ. And one of my Indian guru also considered himself as a teacher of the whole world. So they wanted to be the number one, the coolest that they had to make, and believe this fantastic story and convince the students that they are the coolest in this world, since the disciples of this greatest guru. And at the time I had doubts, of course, but I tried to think maybe, of course, can be great. There is competition in both worldly and so-called spiritual areas. Some deserve their value by serving the boss, others by serving the guru or priest in the church. The bottom line is the same. People want to be successful, winners, and do what, not want to be loser, poor and weak, because only the first, okay, not only first, but who are near with first, number one, can enjoy, and the second, third, fourth, live a miserable life. But what do people really want? When do people feel their true worth? When they feel that their life makes sense. And the meaning of life is not to feel our special value, to sell ourselves and get money for it, which you can then spend on your happiness. Most we feel like really meaning of life is to feel our own happiness in the process of our whole life, in its various areas. And also so that others really like what you are doing and they sincerely love us for it. Yesterday we were in one presentation in Russia. My friend from my young age wrote a book and invited all his friends and everyone who helped him in this his work. The book is a guide to one old Russian city with a long history. First, there was official part, and then banquet and party. And so most of the time, both in the official part and in banquet, was devoted to gratitude and praise to each other. At first, the author thanks them, thank you so much, and praised those who helped him. After then, thanked and praised him. Then his gratitude and praise towards friends began. Then friends praised him. And for many hours, we continuously praised each other. And along the way, like drank, ate, danced, communicated. Sometimes some people came to us, they talked about themselves, showed some their photos, explained about their profession, gave us their books. They really wanted to hear something good, kind word or praise from us. We a stranger for them, but they really wanted to listen, like what we're thinking about their activities also. One person presented his book, it's legends and songs about the old Russian warrior hero. My name's Kolovrat. He also drew illustration, signed for us. We stood and listened, but we could not appreciate its real value. Just because this is not our topic. We don't understand the full depth what he's doing, and it's not especially interesting or not interesting at all. But what we can tell him, we are also ethical people. We cannot say, excuse me, I have not much interest. Absolutely not. I lived through the book, said that it's drawing very beautifully. Gigi said that could give this his daughter to read the fairy tales, and that's all. This is how people want to find like their friends, as well as there may be clients who can buy it, who will like that they do, and really from the depth of heart. It will make very big pleasure, but often they do not find it, and the praise of others can be not real, but very artificial. Society is initially a gathering of people who want to be happy doing their favorite things, as well as helping each other, working in cooperation to satisfy all their wishes. We are not here to buy and sell each other, making price to each other, but in order to live, love, enjoy relationship, do what we like, get the necessary and correct knowledge, enjoy life, enjoying the diversity of nature, culture, and people. And it is looking like quite possible. All that is needed is just good management of nature and human resources. In good social system will be who will care about own worth or will be wait the appreciation from others, and why? Close people evaluate us, and we will evaluate them only by how pleasant we are to each other and how comfortably joyful and happy we are with each other. Other people in society, it also some, they will judge us, but simply but how they can use us, it means us, maybe like our some quality for to be happy in their life. Some are doctors, some are teachers, some are builders, some are presidents, some do mental work, some do physical work. Someone grows flowers, someone draws pictures and sings songs, create music. Everyone has a place on art, because art is very big. Everyone can find his own happiness and less like delight others. And everyone should easily find such people with the help of the good system, and there will be no need to arrange kind of praise parties where in admission to honest, sincere feedback, there will also be artificial and dishonest one. And also no one wants to take someone else's place if there he doesn't feel his own personal subjective happiness and does not have the appropriate natural abilities, wishes, and qualifications for this work. Competition will stop. A few days ago, we was little laughing about such example. Does a person who really very love physical work really want to work, for example, as a scientist? Not at all. Why does he need extra difficulties in his life? Mental work for him can be much more difficult than hard physical labor. But if he lived in such society where only scientists earn good money and therefore only they can live in luxury, then he would definitely make great efforts to become a scientist. And of course, in this process, he would suffer terribly. and he like very tired, can be very tired. One day his like computer would overheat, freeze, or overheat or freeze, and he may become depressed, or vice versa, strong aggression. Or having developed his mind a little, he would have come up with tricks to take place of scientist, but some deception or bribe. But they would not make his life happy. He would simply take someone else's place, and as a result, someone would be lose the chance for their happiness. And this is not a plus for the whole society. Science would have received another unqualified specialist. In general, this problem of distorted human value cannot be solved without changing the entire social system. As long as there is inequality, the struggle will persist, self deprecation and arrogance will persist, and suffering will persist. Dear friends, there is still a lot to talk about and give many examples, but the essence is simple. Fundamental change are needed in this society if we want to live a truly happy life. And we really want it. For example, I want to, and in all my life I am very tired, and very many tried, and very tired of the struggle. But before, I did not know the way to such a society of cooperation and equal true value of each person. But now the Sampurn Samadhan project has given me great hope that it is indeed possible to do it. And now I stopping my report, and thank you so much for listeners, and we can go for next hour part.
Okay, so the dialogue is now open, and people who are listening, viewers, you can post your questions if you have any, or if you would like to share any comments, and I will post the link to join this meeting in the chat box. So if you are interested in joining us, then feel free to use the link to join the dialogue. And we have Premjit ji with us also. Good evening, Premjit ji. Your mic is on mute, so you have to unmute it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm saying like good evening to all.
yes. Good evening.
Yeah,
Waiting
so
for some
yeah,
question.
yeah,
Not question.
yeah, yeah, Amreji can continue like what they think about today's topic, and if
Yeah,
have
it's
some
uh,
personal examples or nearby examples,
but
so topic will more.
yeah. So yeah, obviously, I think a lot of personal examples are there, and our all our behavior is greatly influenced by this valuation system. Like everywhere throughout the day we look, when we go to bank, and when we go to any office, or when we deal with our relatives, and some can be a very rich relative, and some can be little poor, and when we deeply observe our body language, our behavior, how we, so in all of that we look that this system is working, and this economics is working, these ethical systems is working. So it's only after I understood the complete solution that these observations started to take place, that where we are being getting influenced by this system, and why we have to, and this is also making it very clear also that uh, why happiness is the ultimate aim of life, because in the pursuit of happiness we are doing all this. Like if somebody, a rich person comes, then we welcome him with more eagerness and show him respect. Like if some, you know, little artificial behavior, like if some celebrity comes, and then we naturally start, okay, this person has come, and uh, something which is not just he's the another human being, but because we have our own fears and our own what we call lobe, greed, like our own interests are associated, economics is associated, so our behavior gets distorted by this. And we spoke about this in the last meeting also, that how system distorts our natural human behavior. And while growing up also, I, when I experienced both ways, like because my father was in border roads organization, he was having an officer rank, and so the other people who were subordinate to him, they would salute him, and when he would go in a car, then they would open up gates and give salute. And and other people would be there to like, because we were his children, so they would give us some special respect and like open up the car door. And my own friends who were studying with me and who were not from like who were not from the officer rank, and they were other children. And when we would come back from school, so me and my brother, they would kind of force us to sit in front of the school bus with more good seat, and other children, they will sit on the back side. So when later we will go to meet them, these children felt like they would give some comments in which this reflection was there, that you are uh, uh, hmm. So like some distance would happen in our relationship. But of course we were children, so it was slowly growing up. And similarly, when I would be in the company of people who were more richer, then same complexes would build up. And it so much clouds our thing, even when in school, when teacher will give special attention, special congratulations to people who are more intelligent, and she will give some kind of special treatment to people who are more intelligent and like in that subject, and little more abusive behavior towards children who are scoring less marks, and m- little special treatment to children who are scoring high marks. So right from childhood we are experiencing this valuation system. It's so deep in our experience, and now it has become part of our reality, as if it's like no other thought comes, that this is so unnatural, that people, even economists and everybody saying that this is the reality of life. Obviously valuation will take place, they say. But and they, on the other hand, they try to balance it, like in the constitution they try to say that these are the fundamental rights, everybody is equal. So these contradictions are there. And there's, even in spirituality they are saying that, everybody is a soul, we are all just different parts of the same source. But in reality the treatment is different. So these are very like blatant contradictions. And I was also thinking for a long time about why I am feeling meaninglessness. It's a little continuation from the last topic about meaning of life, and kind of relevant to today's topic also, that why people struggle to find their meaning of life. And I found that since this whole system is meaningless, means it's absurd, it's not properly designed according to, for human beings according to their wishes. It's not consciously, because the aim of life is not clear, so the system is not designed accordingly. So it's not designed to address our wishes. So on one hand we are not able to access our desired products and services, because they are not built from that angle. Number two, jobs are also not there. So let's imagine I find music interesting, but when I will go in today's world to do music, to make music, then economics is coming and distorting it. It's not, because there, I need cooperation of other people, I need instruments, and I need my music to reach to other people, but economics is distorting it. So what will you do even if you find your meaning of life when system is meaningless? You cannot realize it, nobody can realize it. So when I understood that, then it's become more clear that it's not that I have to find some meaning of life. System is absurd, it's not allowing me to move according to my wish. So that is why we are feeling all time meaningless, and whatever possibility is there, according to this system, we are trying to, you know, in directly or indirectly, whatever available options, we are trying to reach to that meaning of happiness. By this also it is evident everybody wants happiness, but because system is not consciously designed according to each one of us, like for addressing the wishes and needs of different personalities, naturally we are all experiencing meaninglessness, and this kind of valuation which never anybody feels valued. Even the rich are not feeling valued, even the poor are not feeling valued. So yeah, so and I think I would like that, I mean the main key to understand this is economics, and the possibility for that everybody can, you know, live the life of their wish also comes by understanding the complete solution. So if anybody is watching and is not able to understand what we are talking about, then I would request them to just look into those episodes of Universal Life Management channel, ULM Hindi or ULM English, where we are talking about the fault with the economics and how it creates those situations in our life in which we are not able to move according to our wish and everybody is coming into conflict. So by that they can understand what is happening and how complex everything has become. And yeah, so that is what I wanted to share.
Yes, yes. Yeah, like Anupurna ji well enough like explained about today's topic, and Ambrish ji also elaborate this. I remember one example in my life, in my personal life, how this valuation start in us from childhood. How unknowingly we are training, or because of poor system, we bound to train our childrens unknowingly. They don't know what they're teaching, but they're teaching unknowingly. Like when when my child, like Katusa, she was like, I think, 2 year old, and what she was doing, like all the time when she were going with me, like walking outside. So anywhere she look wood sticks, like like which she feel attraction towards that. So she collect and give me, Papa, keep this, and I, I take from her and okay, put in my pocket. Like maybe she will ask later in home, so I will give her. So when she was like a 2 year or little less than 2 year or maybe more than, so she gave some flowers, some sticks, some stones, which he feel like attractive, and he gave me. I collected all those, but she never asked me in home where is my those things which she collected. And I looked this like when she become 2 year, more than 2.5 year. So it means that time she felt attraction in those things, but she forget. Like it means memory not working so much lengthy, so much uh, long that time. Like it means she had not memory like what she collected, and now also need or not. So she never asked me in home, like, Papa, where is my collected things? And I also didn't show him because uh, I am such type of personality. I do practicals everywhere. My observing, uh, my observing power all the time, like mostly observe. Uh, if anything is new happening in my life, my observing skills start there to observe what is happening, why happening, what is the reason. Like this all start automatically in me because I did a lot of this exercise. So, and this is my interesting job. This is my interesting activity which I do with ultimate interest. So, because these things was and many things was with the children, it was very near to do these activities to look what is happening, how it is happening. And after I think 2.5 year, or when she became 3 year old, then she started to ask in home the collected, the very collected things, and because I collected every time, and when she asked, so okay, I given to her, and she little play with them, and like this way. So I felt like how children feels values in first things, like where they feeling attraction in things, or in like those peoples who giving them entertainment or giving them good. So they attracted with those in relations, so they want to near more and more time with those peoples, with mom or with papa or with anyone who are there, uncle or auntie or anyone, where they feel more goodness for them. So like this way, their real value started in the when they were child. But when they slow they growing, and they look here and there, and when they look like other childrens, they have more costly toys and all that, where they are feeling attraction. And when they ask to their parents, like one time Kachusa asked to me to buy some, it was not so much costly, but at that time my wife was not liking, like but I give anything to my child or this, so she was feeling only she will decide this. So because of that, she was asking me, and please she is saying, I want to this, I want to this. She was saying to her also, but anyhow, because that thing is big in size, and because my wife is foreigner, so it was very difficult to take carry that here and there. So maybe because of that, she was denied, and I also don't give him. So like this way, children feel some valuation. Like is like other children have those things, and I not getting. So because they not understand the reason, but they understand like anyhow they not getting, and anyhow other is getting. So they feel little by little like their parents, they feel their parents is more good than my parents is not good. Like such way, this valuation start. And when children grows, then we also teach them, like, do this, don't do this. If you will do this, you will not get this. If you will do this, you will get this. Like such way means things start according to like economics, because everything what she will ask, you have to need money to buy and to give her, and like, or take them picnic, or this and that, but she will, because how children will grow, they ask big things, more things, and the, they are costly. Like most of the parents cannot bear that. They cannot just like children asked and they buy and they keep. It is not easy for them. And then they started to like they feel yeah, like my parents is not so much valuable. Others parents are valuable. Like these things started in them. And when they went in school, they are Ambrezi told as it is, like you know, they feel their different behavior of teachers also when they made less numbers, less markings, or different markings or whatever. And in home also they feel like if they're not bringing a special marking, so in home also, you know, start to evaluate valuation evaluating them. So like this way, this valuation start and like enter in them, and then competition also enter in them, because competition also outside is as it is, and but because competition also comes because of that, like is something where we feeling attraction and we want to get them, and but to get that need this competition, that competition, this activity, this activity, and like it, we became in trap of this valuation, which is coming because of the economics, of course, because this economics designing like our day to day life in such way, like everywhere we have to look valuation, like this food has this valuation, this tab this has this valuation, this charger this valuation, this honey bottle this valuation, this valuation, that valuation, and throw them, because then this relationship also get valuation, because from him we getting these things, we feel more valuation that relation. If we not getting, we feel this relationship is not so much worthful. So okay, don't waste their time with that person, or like, so like this type of valuation start from the childhood, and parents and other people also don't know this, like unknowingly they training their children, and teachers also unknowingly teaching this valuation system to them, and children, of course, they also unknowingly getting all these things, and they feeling this is the reality of life, this is the truth. They feeling truth means in that meaning like unchangeable, like it is unchangeable truth. It's truth, we have to accept that. And so most of the people accept these things, and even they don't think like it is thinkable, like can we think about this, like can we live without valuation. They think valuation is the ultimate, you know, the way of life, it can't be changed. It's like a earth rotate in 24-hour once time, like they feel it's such like fact, like it's a fact, unchangeable fact. We can't change this fact. This is the, you know, the necessity fact, necessary facts. They feel like this, and like this way, then they make wish according to these facts. Because now their wish will be according to this. It already will be distorted by this fact. So their wish will be distorted. Their act will be distorted, and because it is necessary, only these acts works in our society, because we made such a rule in our society, like without money you can't get anything from anywhere, from anyone. And they experiencing this also everywhere, like in the childhood they take money, 10 rupees from you know, like my uh, my sister's children came, so they always demand 10 rupees, 20 rupees. By my mother is him like a grand nanny, and they take 10 rupees, they go to shop and ask for some chocolate or this or that. So they felt like everything is around is going by valuation, 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 valuation. They never feel like it's something is life there without valuation. Something is there like where no valuation. So such exercise our mind, our conscious mind, subconscious mind, unconscious mind get this unconsciously also, like in this all type of exercise, thinking on this pattern, doing on this pattern. All life is acting our this pattern. So you know even if somebody say like without valuation also possible to live life, people don't believe. Because how they will believe? They not looking a single activity around them, like if any activity is there, like if where no value part added, there where no value part exists. So to understand that also very typical, very difficult, and it is difficult to know also. It is difficult to like explain also, and that's why these things are going slowly in the society, because it is very difficult to understand. It because this is the thing which we are going to change. It's a basic things. It's a fundamental things. Fundamental is like a truth where people have no doubt. They feel like it is the reality of life. They have no doubt. Like they have no doubt. This is my papa. This is my mother. So they they they, they don't doubt on them, and they behave like that. They think like that about them. So these teach some fundamentals also, which actually not fundamentals. It's coming also a wrong fundamental our system, because we adopted a wrong system, which is wrong by fundaments, like totally wrong from fundaments also, fundamentally. So this is because such problems arising to understand, to explain, to believe, to understand, to like this bit. But if we try, like who can understand this, their personality also exist in this world, who are little like a emotional type or conscious type. So they easily can look beyond their experience. They can look small, they can look. And if once a time they are able to look that, then they understand, oh, it's fundamentally wrong. So then they understand like, oh, it means after the fundamental, the everything will be wrong. Obviously, if fundamental wrong, then why the other things can be positive and can be appropriate. So like this way, and then they will explain, then others will explain, and then slowly, this all knowledge will go to the people, and the other people like who are mental level, who are physical level, they also slowly trying to understand by examples, by living examples, by real examples. There, and they feel yes, something is wrong. Like, because then they start to relate between their sufferings and between these causes, these acts or these fundamentals things. So yes, it will be go slow in starting, and when enough discussion will happen about these things, then this will go speedy. So like this was a very very important topic for understand, like basic topics which we can look beyond our existing realities, which realities which coming from our system. It's not as such realities, but it is realities of today's life, and these are coming from the our wrong fundamental system. It's not coming from the nature. So this difference, if we can understand, then we can understand, like we can change. This is not a fundamental of life. This is a fundamental of our system, this wrong aspect. If we can correct this wrong fundamental aspect of our system, then these all things which creating suffering in our life can create a joy, entertainment in our life. So like these things. And if we can understand this, then we can understand the design of today's bad system also, and the good system, the design of good system also, which I designed. Then we can like bifurcate this, and why only good system will be that what I designed. Why that will be the appropriate system? This we can understand, because this today's title tells us about our fundamental nature, which is coming from the nature. It's a fundamental nature. Like we want to be happy, we want to be enjoyable, we don't want any sufferings. But because of this valuation system, this wrong valuation system, because this is not the real value of us. Real value of us what? If I want to be a doctor, and if I can become doctor and I can pursue like a doctor, and the other can recognize me like a doctor, then this will be the real value. And this will be the same real value as if somebody want to be a carpenter, somebody want to be a farmer, because it will be why equal value, because they all will get same things from this system. They will get what they will want. So by that way, the equal value will be there. Like every act, every work will be with the equal value, and because of this, you do whatever you do, you will feel equal value. Today is why we not feeling equal value, because all act have different valuations. That's why we feeling we should become doctor, we should become engineer, we should become prime minister, we should become like a Ambani, Adani, and why this feeling? Because they have more, they they having more value in the system. That's why we become them. We want to become them. If they also have same value and all act have the same value, then we will not choose the act. We will not choose the service on the base of its valuation. Then we will choose the service according to our nature, what we want, where by what activity we feel happy. Then happiness will come there in the fundamental. So that will be the our real value, and our real value will be all equals, because we need all things. We need farming, we need driving, we need management, we need treatment, we need gadgets, we need every activities in our life. We need sweeping, we need cleaning, we need everything. When we need everything in our life, so how we can evaluate them differently? And because we evaluating them differently, and when looking what happening, like so many sufferings are there, and only 10% getting maximum, and they also not the maximum happy, because they will not do all service, all act. The other 90% people also do positive and negative act, no? So the influence of these also going to them, because maximum service what they getting from these peoples, and if they are not according to their nature, they will not give their maximum. They will do their like a compulsive type of activities and compulsive type of result, and which they they enjoy only for them, only for them. So and this valuation system uh, create problems in their lives also, because okay, they have money, they can buy all those things which come by money, but what of them which are others, which don't directly related to money, like relationships, like friendships, like these things. So so from where they will get this? So for if we think ultimately for all things, so we have to eliminate this valuation system, or we have to establish a right value system, and that is the same for for all activities, because we need same like this glass also. If nobody make this glass, my whole life become like a invisible type. I cannot look anything good way. So it is so much important. It is not less important than any medical service or any mobile gadget or any agriculture farming or any. It's not less than, or like a cleaning also not less important. If this room not clean every day, it become hell here in few days. I cannot live here. So our every aspect have the like same importance, and it can be possible only by those, by that design system which brings this equal value system, or we can say a right value system, like this way.
Yeah. Annapurna, Juliana ji, you referred at one point about in your speech today about perestroika. So,
Mhm.
can you little bit explain in what context you referred to that and what it means in little more detail, like what example you were trying to give through that? It was not. I don't understand this term
And,
very deeply.
uh, Actually, what I wanted to explain by this example is that um, we can't buy a position which people now in society really understand this value his. And give example about perestroika. It was a transition point. Previously, all property was common. And
Okay.
then started capitalist society. It's some becoming someone. Someone become like owner of this. And maybe we think that whoever owner, like running this business or some area, it should be more educated, more people who more understand in this area, who have more knowledge, more, But it was not like this. That time, many people who are more like by power, by some trick, took and become owner. And we look them that they're like deserve their like good position in society. But in fact, it can be not reality at all. I giving such example in this perspective that now not possible understand about whom we think that this is a really valuable person, but in which aspect valuable? Because we like directly simply think, okay, if like he's like good position, it means like should be like matching or proper place. But reality not like this. And few examples more I giving about like scientific society, how like my supervisor like teach me kind of trick we can tell, because for defend thesis some committee like few people who listening you and after decide, okay, you're like proper, you like, okay, your PhD, like now you are. What he told, before this, you should go to everyone, become friendly with everyone, like ultimately please them somehow. So, and when you're doing when you will do your report, they, maybe you do some mistake or whatever, they like little not see on it and say, okay, you're like this.
They will
By this
overlook. Yeah.
example, that yeah, overlook. It means that in modern society, everything not clear, even by this angle. okay, whoever, maybe someone who is more competent, more intelligent, he can get more good position. Even by this value system, it not happened now because
Yeah,
any
yeah,
position take
yeah.
anyone.
In market,
Even by this point of view, it looks like
yeah,
not just.
no consistent valuation. Like what is valuable today, tomorrow is becoming less value, or less value is becoming higher value because of the fluctuating market and availability and supply. And so there is no
Yes,
consistency in that also, there is no truth in that also.
not true, because some
And
people
the
telling, like many people,
yeah,
especially in socialism, like my mother also telling, of course, who is work more hard, who is like more competent, like surely he like should earn more.
yeah,
It looks like just yes, but even such kind can't like happen in society.
Yes,
yes,
yes, and
Because
more intelligent
some
people.
by trick, but more intelligence also can be not so much like high positions. They're more shy, like maybe like more moral,
Yes,
can't to do many things or attain high position. Mhm.
yes, like more intelligent people not reaching to the, to the political top level thing,
Mm.
top level seats, and the right people not reaching at their level where like they should be. So like today's system not providing appropriate space for
yeah.
all.
Yeah,
Mm.
their claim about higher efficiency, and that it's
Yes.
the best way of managing scarce resources. That is their,
Uh,
what you call, that strongest argument that they put forward, is that capitalism is the best way for efficient allocation of
Mhm.
resources. But
yes,
yeah,
like like in India, people ask like if if Modi not, then who? It means in in this huge country like Modi, we have not intelligent people like it's
Here
it
is
can be
same
true.
the telling if not Putin, then
If
I
not
think
Putin, then
it's
who?
forever.
yeah.
Yeah, same sentence.
Means they are not so much like a academic. They are not so much intelligent. The, their discussion level is not like it is very like ordinary, and like we are not looking any like a special thing in them. And then also this question people asking like if they not, then who?
Eh,
And then going to those peoples, like they calling people like a came here on TV, and they are trying to discuss if not Modi, then who? if if they are able to tell if not Modi, then who, then why they are not able to there? Why they
if they are,
political
Yes,
if
yes,
analyzer?
yes.
Yes,
Here is same because it's not easy way here in our country attain because our power already like strongly catch, and
yes,
by some cheating, by anything, by power can't. And we're telling, okay, mm, yes, how like more intelligence people can reach more good like between opposition. Here is not looking like really possible.
yes. Like in Congress also, they're not getting any more intelligent than Rahul Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi. they they're not
and
able
they're,
to they're not able
yeah,
to find in
even for
this
that they are
stage.
not sure. Even that they say it little hesitantly.
Hesitantly.
Yeah,
But this problem not happening in another departments like in
in
government
other
departments or in
uh,
private departments. They are not this like a lack
uh,
of like a, if not this, then next will be
oh,
who.
uh,
Huh. They, they,
the,
there are by lines. There are many people. If these people leave this position or die, there are many to take that place.
many to
There are
take.
many. But in politics, they could ask question. If not Modi, then who? It's a
And
like funny situation. Yeah. It's,
actually, on the contrary, when we are working in companies, there are example where some person who has worked with a particular product for a very long time, and he knows the in and out, the history of the product, like the time it came, and he for and when that person leaves the job, then really this question comes. But at that time the owner of the company says, what is the problem? You are also engineer, he is also engineer,
yes,
replace
yes,
him.
there are many. Yes, there are
Huh,
many. Yeah.
huh. So
Or they
in
or they call for a new interview. Then for newcomers also will be there so much.
Yeah,
Mm.
and here we are looking that they are not subject matter experts. They have not written books about their expertise in policy making. They have not done any exclusive academic work that you can say that yes, they are really
He is
special in that.
intelligent. Yeah.
And still there people are saying that if not them, then who? It's very strange. On you To some extent you can say that okay, this scientist is only, we have one of this type who has
Yeah. Yes.
worked
Yes.
on this field for so long time, and we have some lack. But here there is no lack of this skill set what they are offering.
Yeah.
And so it reflects the mindset of the society that system oriented thinking is so much absent. If
Yes.
person is not reaching, then they are challenging people. Who has stopped you from reaching to that position? I mean, put it on the people themselves. Go and become prime minister. Who is stopping you?
Mm.
This is their argument.
Yes.
Who is stopping you from becoming millionaire? Like this they are
Yes.
saying
Yes.
that this
Yes.
is a very equal opportunity society.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like even they didn't made there any structure to okay like a
What
by
is
this
the
structure
standard process? Yeah.
you yes, a standard process you yeah, like anyone can reach there by some exam or by some some like your old work, your experience, or no, nothing. Anyone can jump on that seat by like
Overnight.
tricks, by like yeah,
Hmm.
overnight, by like tricks, by by their like a by
No
their
matter
any
how
tricks like
much great
yeah.
efforts who trying
And
and some or
Mhm.
yeah,
do, it's all efforts not work many times.
and overnight
Yes,
can
yes.
come down. Overnight.
Overnight can come down. Yes.
Overnight Taliban can
Mhm.
come in power and start dealing with all countries. A
Yes,
terrorist
yes,
organization.
yes.
Overnight.
Like yes, like no one asking them what is your
Uh,
qualification, what your experience, what, what design you
Nothing.
have. No one asking. And
Such perestroika happened here, and absolutely
y-
same.
yes, and inside also there, they inside no one asking them. Like in their party, no one asking to Modi why you are there. If you are not giving any positive result this for 7 8 years, why you are continuously there? Why you don't leave this post by your some some your ethics or by why you like there? Why you not leaving that
the,
post like I, I'm not able to work here. Please come someone else. They, they have not any Rast Prem. They have not any love for nation. They have not.
Because it's problem for them if they go from the post, what they will do next. They're afraid.
Ye, yes, maybe they also ask. Maybe Modi also asking himself, like, if not Modi, then
Maybe they
who will
want
make?
to, maybe they want to go out. Maybe they also
Yeah,
like feeling tiredness and
yeah,
understand that can't do anything with country, but
yeah, yeah.
they can go out from this or
and
tell them I can't do anything with country. Please buy.
Bye.
and
Here is,
And
here
and
is one time Yeltsin, they have our president who one time told like this, I'm very tired, so like, and give this power to Putin. We are still remember
mm,
him. He really
okay.
accepted to be in a position like this. I can't, I don't know what to do next.
Yes, yes. It is at least it is like a good thing, like honesty. It one type of and they're not pursuing any system for like to bring some other person, like a good person, a appropriate person to that post. They're not making any any like dance
Institutional
India dance.
mechanism,
Yes, yes, like they're not
institutional mechanism. Hmm.
yeah, institutional mechanism. They're not even uh, not in academic. There is a no uh, some course for particular PM, CM, and political uh, aspect, and
Yeah,
and they're not doing like this way. Like okay, we can search from the society, like who can have good sense of politics, good sense of to become PM, CM.
E-
They're not searching. They're
yeah.
not running
Even
any.
even the
Mm,
ministries that are there, the way the
yes,
ministries are created, it's totally, on their whims and fancies how the ministry gets
yes,
created. It's very,
yes, yeah,
bad categorization of ministries, and the people who come to the ministries, uh,
yeah,
they can be totally unrelated to that field. And
yes, yes,
I mean, on what basis such important policy making jobs are being given to people who have, I mean, what it means, you are giving mandate, means, so right from the time of kings, what is the progress that we have made is only that people can vote in 5 years and give their mandate, but there is no process by which person who is designing the system, who are in, so much our lives are dependent on those rules, regulation, and the policies that they make. No qualification is needed for that.
yes, yes. Like
Hmm.
the there is no any system by what system PM making these all ministries, how they distribute, how they select the, the people to make the owner of like the the mantri of the minister of that mantralaya. So means they, they they made those people who believing them or who are their chamchas and all that. Like it is very ridiculous. It is very so how this will change? So how people will come there? Then this question will be there. Like if not Modi, then who? And then when that who will come next, then this question will be same. If this not, then who will next?
Yeah.
It means it means they have not a appropriate some preparation to creating the next leaders. They have no any system to create the leaders. That's why this question happening. Na, like if not Rahul, then who? If not Sonia, then who? If not Modi, then who? If not Atal, then who? Always this question were here. If not this, then who?
uh,
You your system is going to hell. No? Why you not creating some system by which this you need to you need to ask this question.
hmm.
Even who was the deputy PM? Like a second PM. That also cannot means he also
He
can
is not eligible, man.
handle the nation if yeah, if like PM died or anything, he cannot become next PM. He is not the person who can become next PM. We cannot say like if not Modi, then second should be this at least.
Hmm.
Not. So this question they asking again and again. If not Modi, then who? Then who means that this is your failure? Why you not adopting such system where should be 10, 20 people to become a prime minister? If not this, then this.
And this is
But
across all countries. I mean, it's the same
Yeah,
situation.
this is in
Hmm.
yes, across all countries.
Even in
It's all,
very developed nation, they don't have a mechanism.
yes, yes. Uh, and I think knowingly they're not creating such things, because
Yeah,
then people start to come by that chain, and then they have to uh,
yeah,
face that process, and
and yeah, and the whole process will be meaningless if, because if we are establishing a criteria, then it directly gets related to performance also. So in the
yes,
area of, yeah, so what they will check, that okay, we created so big institution and the end result is the same, it's not
yeah,
changing. So it
yes,
will
yes,
become meaningless because they don't have a solution for
yes,
this economics.
yes. So like other other place we are feeling like we choosing Dance India dance, like a best dancer, we choosing best singer, we choosing sometime best actor also, like Rajesh Khanna was one of them actor who gave like a continuously many beautiful movies. And like this way, why they don't why they don't find at least two, three, four leaders by this way across the India for the future. Why don't? Like this way also
Yeah.
they can find.
Yeah,
Like
even with some,
they
not a
will.
perfect
Hmm.
criteria, but whatever available knowledge they have about that field, still some ground rules can be laid out, some explanations can be given, some
Yes,
criterias
yes.
can be laid out, and so a little better situation, democracy can at least move towards next level.
Ye- ye- yes, yes. Like at least we can listen them. No,
What
by
is
this
their
way
evaluation?
we
Yeah.
yes, yes, we can listen them 15, 16 people, and when they will argue with
Hmm.
with themselves, and like how leader is emerging, and we can look, oh, um, why they choose this person, and then we can listen his all progress, like what is the different thing in this
Yeah.
person. And if that will be, if that has some like some understanding, some more skill, then definitely he will do more good than by what process now people coming
Yeah,
in
and a
politics.
panel of old leaders can be created who were
Yes, yes,
regarded highly, or once they are out of that economic battle, then they can give
yes,
their
yes,
reviews, and they would like to give
yes,
more
yes,
honest reviews.
yes, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, they should be all who not following any party, and not in the like active politics. They should be in panel.
Yeah,
Yes, and like this way they can do, but they don't want to do, because if they will do like this way, then at least they never can come in active politics. Who are coming now? Then Sonia never can come. Then Rahul Gandhi never can come. Even Modi never can come.
mm.
Like to whom we asking question like if not Modi, then who?
Yeah,
Hmm. In which condition the politics are? In
yeah. I
which
mean,
condition? In which bad condition?
mm.
Hmm.
So
Like in other fields we have a lot of people, because okay, even they following competition, all that, this by that also we have not lack of them. If one die or if one retire, there are many people who can take place.
yeah,
But in politics,
yeah,
we still in a, you know Yeah, abha here is the lack of leader.
Scarcity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Severe
scarcity of leader.
scarcity. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, severe scarcity.
Mm.
Severe scarcity, yes. Like accidentally, sometimes someone like Prime Minister was little and this
And
Manmohan Singh was academic and but he become a Prime Minister accidental. People
yeah.
say he was accidental Prime Minister. Like
And I don't know, but I have a feeling that, in other areas there has been an, more development, like in the field of science. The next level scientists are making improvements in their field. But here it's a little strange thing. In the political spectrum, we are noticing, and I remember when I was, a child and we used to watch news, the ministers were, at the level of their education was more good than what we are seeing today. The key ministries, the portfolios, they were given to somewhat more educated people related to that field. And I am feeling that in today's time, the it has become more centralized, and the relevance of ministries has fallen down. I mean,
yes,
uh,
yes, yes, be- because generally who are intelligent they're not going in the politics because politics is like a dirty type of politics today. Dirty type
mm,
means they have to use their tricks and like skins, like becoming like tiger type of like animalosity type. Like
mm,
there is their behavior not like a cool down. They look like a enemy, like a the 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 other party leaders and the in same party also like a
very
who
aggressive field. Mm,
yes very aggressive field and at least who are intelligent people by nature they are cool because
mm,
if they are intelligent so up to some extent they will be honest and but by nature and they don't want to do in kick type like
mm.
you know they don't
Yeah.
want to go in like a like a
Totally absurd fight.
yeah
Even
totally absurd
because
fight.
even when in marketplace companies are fighting, they have some
Yes.
basis. When
Yeah, they have
companies
some.
are
Yes,
competing,
yes,
they have some basis that they have to please the customer, some technology they have to come
yes,
up with.
yes, yes,
So it's little
yes,
more intelligent activity, even when the business
yes,
owners are therefore not, they are intelligent people. But in the field
yes,
of
yes,
politics, it's purely manipulation game. I mean,
yes, yes,
uh,
yes, yes,
hmm,
purely manipulation. So, like in such environment, in such
hmm,
political environment, I
hmm,
don't think any intelligent person would like to pursue there.
hmm,
I don't
yeah.
think.
Hmm.
Means he will not enjoy
Yeah,
this.
especially starting from scratch. Even if he has some family
Yes.
history, that's a different thing. That he already has a
Yeah. Yes.
legacy,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
he's just carrying on that.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm, mm,
Because it is very difficult like any person from if he has not background of politics he reach PMCM level it is
mm.
very rare like if sometime happens here also we can look like in Gujarat politics when Modi becomes CM there this whole BJP have not had not a, a more good choice than Modi. Look, they
Mm,
had not. Hmm. They have to choose like, like Modi will be the good candidate for Gujarat, and same happen in when they choose Modi for the PM candidate in 2014. In this big BJP party, they had not a such person who can have
who have
a
better
good knowledge
qualification.
about politics.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Mm,
Yeah, qualification and
Yeah,
Like
even the
some,
previous ministries, they had more educated people. When Atal Bihari Vajpayee government was there, I
yes,
think
yes,
they
yes,
they had stellar leaders that time, and many of them were highly qualified. And it
yes,
was like a
I'm sorry, dear friends, we speaking about politics. Maybe we little touch also our topic. What
yeah, yeah,
we
yes.
because like
yes, yes,
shifting to politics now,
yeah,
but
yes,
topic
yes.
was
So
too different. Mhm.
yes, yes. So by these things we were telling like how this valuation system working everywhere in market, in politics, everywhere. Like th- their type of valuation working. Like in politics, who can the person like a tricky, titch mitch. He has uh, more
Yeah,
chance to become a
this.
PM and CM. So how this is happening because of the valuation system of that area, because they need such people, and they only give the
Mhm.
chance to such people in a small post also for MP, for MLA, like for small politics approach. They choose such type of people from like
Mhm.
among the people, like who can make them fool, who can handle them, even don't not do anything for them, then also can make agree to give vote for them. Like such as whole politics is situated in that
No,
direction,
because
not in
it's there like
not in
deserve such
yeah,
position if their value system. Because others
yeah,
not deserve or
yes,
not like have such quality can't remain in this
yes,
group.
yeah.
Mhm.
If that
It's also
person
kind of
can
value system of their
yes,
society.
yes, yes,
Mm.
it is working
Yeah,
there
that's
also.
really
Like
if there's some other coming there, like this value system can starting to like
yeah,
break because it need more steel for it running more like proper way. Even it's not good way for maybe others, but for them, for this group, should be very
yes,
strong,
yes.
very still.
Yeah, like if he's a criminal, no problem. He's a how much criminal,
It's
no
opposite. Maybe
problem. If
it's
he can
plus.
bring
It's
votes,
plus because
yes,
criminal it
yes,
can be more not so much sensitive and like for
yes, and surely he will not ask question in Parliament to make trouble in to bring the trouble to PM. Like if they will ask question there, so it will be trouble for the PM. No? Like they asking and they not answering. Like this our PM even don't answer in, like he hardly answer, even he don't do this public, like
Yeah, so all fields are getting distorted, and at the end of the day, people are looking what's the business done, like
yes,
how much business this person is bringing in. That is the
yeah,
bottom line, whether it be films, whether it be politics, whether it be
yes,
any medical
business,
profession, even
yes,
now the coaching institutions. How much business are you bringing in? That much is your value, that much is your relevance. The next day you don't bring business, you are irrelevant. And this is the they are portraying this as the reality of life. And that is the it's very uh, like
Y-
nonsensical. Mhm.
yes, like how much medical they're doing wrong practice with like unethical practice for this bringing money and all that, and why? Because they get valuation on the base of how much they earning or how much they can make benefit that organization, that hospital, by their activities, and they will get the big post there on the basis of this.
Yeah, and
So yeah, so everything is is rounding the this
around
economics.
yeah, I
yeah,
heard that today. I heard, in fact, that one of the doctors, he in our area, he,
mm,
he's a relative of ours, and not a relative of ours is friend with that doctor. And when they fell sick, he called that doctor, and the doctor didn't do full checkup. And he said, "You today, I have already looked around. You know, I exactly don't remember the number, but I think she said 800 patients or 600 patients in a day."
mm.
So and he was very tired, this doctor, and I was
Yes,
wondering
how
why.
possible?
Yeah, I mean, he how he can look that, that's understand, but why is he taking on these numbers? That was my question. Like,
Yeah,
why he is rich and he can say that, no need, take further, like I can't handle more than these numbers. But I am now realizing that if he doesn't drive this much figure into his daily,
Mm,
if his numbers decrease, then his market value decreases.
yeah,
mm,
So if his market value decreases, then he is not, he will go as the second number, and maybe
mm,
there is a big difference between first and second
mm,
number. And if he becomes second number, and the chunk of population is going to another doctor, because for some reason,
mm,
because popularity comes by that, because more patients you are treating, the more market awareness is there, that he's treating these many patients, that means he should be the best doctor. By this we are
mm,
making this conclusion. So
yeah,
numbers are very much significant for him, even though he knows that he can't look everybody properly. Even if he doesn't, is not specifically doing it for profit, but if that number drops down, then he can lose a big share of the market percentage, and that now
mm.
can start affecting his luxury. If
yeah.
so, yeah,
So like this valuation system like affecting us in every field, everywhere, in house, outside the house, in community, in another nation, everywhere, anywhere you go, other than jungle, you will be in the valuation system and effect. You will get
yeah.
it, that bad effect of this system everywhere. No, meaning you are rich or you are poor, everywhere
and
is this is working.
and person logically would think, if I am not doing, somebody else will do, somebody else will
Yes,
pull in that crowd, and his
yeah,
market share will increase.
Mhm,
So
yes,
he will think, at least I do some good. I am little more intelligent, I have more experience, everybody knows what they are capable of, and he must be thinking, I can do, you know if not him, he's not like, he may be looking at his peers and thinking that they are also not so much having experience and qualification like I have, so it's better I pull in the crowd, I am more
yes,
justified. Like any other businessman would be thinking, who has, like Bill Gates, who has such a big market share, when he was at the, Microsoft was, kind of monopolizing the whole industry. He
mm,
must be thinking that, if I'm not doing, somebody else will start monopolizing.
yes,
and it will, of course.
Yeah,
He's
of
right.
course.
Mhm,
yeah.
Yeah,
of
he
course.
is right. Yes.
Mm.
Mm,
Because all waiting, others,
All
so many
waiting.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
energetic, like
Ah,
just little
yeah.
waiting, who little become
Mm.
little weak,
Ah,
quickly his place.
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
And then they will have to follow their dictates, what standards they establish, the one who is at the center of this.
yeah.
Mm.
And like this way, how we can say that like they feeling friendly with those people who
Yeah.
are who are in comparison with them, how they can feel,
Mm.
even they are working in same department, but how they can feel friendly.
It's not possible. Near about not
It's yeah.
possible.
Yes,
Who
yes.
it's
No.
Mm.
everyone. You okay? Even you're in stable condition. If you're self-confident about like your position, it's
Yeah.
uh, it's not possible always. Many
Yes.
conditioning, and for example, for sometimes you become ill, like some your cognitive like ability little down, it
Little
immediately
down and other start. Yes.
started to rise.
Yeah.
Many, especially by age, also it's many people afraid because
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
By any way.
it's
Mm.
like naturally.
And
But naturally, it
yeah,
should be okay. Like I am like old, please, young generation coming, take my position. But because it's so my wealth connecting so much strongly, it's not easy. Even I want for go for relax,
Yes.
but how?
Yes.
What I will do?
Yeah.
I go for pension. Here, people very
Yes.
afraid of pension because it's tremendously down. Like
and
Yes.
welfare.
Everywhere feeling. In India also feeling like if they will go in pension, like if after 60,
Tremendously.
how they will live
It's need
like.
more, of course, because it's need more like for doctor, for this,
Yes.
need money in old age.
and
Yeah, money need more, take care need more.
Take care
and
more
and
about.
and
Mm.
even within their family, if they don't hold the central wealth position, that
Yes,
means
yes,
people will not take care. They are not sure that they will
not
only
sure.
take care if their
Mm,
money is going to go to them, then they
Yes,
will take care. This is their
like
equation
the last
inside.
will. So
The last will,
should it
yeah, yeah.
conform
And
the last will
yes,
or
yes,
not?
yeah, and
yeah,
one more thing, that all your life you practiced something. Suppose I am in the field of politics,
Mm,
or I am like actor, and all my life I practiced that, and suddenly when they are retiring, they are out of the market. So they are
yes,
feeling that my life is becoming meaningless. And as long as I'm in the market, my motivation will be there to live. That motivation to live has become strongly related with their market position, because
mhm,
if because if then this feeling na, that nobody will give me any more job, I will become irrelevant, and then what is the meaning of my life, because this is what I practice, so what I will do every morning after waking up,
yeah,
because nobody will come to ask me, because there is no system that even the best of the best, there is no system by which they can give their offering back to society. Now if
yeah,
they are not popular, means he is finished. He is becoming old, he can't do anything more. No, nobody is going to ask them. So their
yeah.
careers are getting affected, their whole meaning of life is getting affected, because once they retire, it means they are now irrelevant.
Yes,
Economics is telling people that don't go to this person anymore, he is irrelevant. They are
mm,
forgetting everything, that he worked and was the best actor for so many years. Now there is
yeah,
no mechanism.
But like in good system, for example, if someone doing some all life some work, and after he simply like finish and not feel himself I am irrelevant, because his focus will be not how to win, because but how to whatever he is did this whole life, he also not forget about it, like enjoying process, and
yes, yes.
he continue like enjoying his process on work, and after work finished also, and he continue to enjoying by something else. I mean, it's not some like strong attachment with position when he feels that now I'm irrelevant. It will not be, yes.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Yes,
Strong
Because otherwise
yes,
attachment
now
to.
more like because it's it's like habit, some like neuro connections that I am living for win, for win,
No,
for win. It's like
yeah,
creating
stat,
automatical some behavior, and now I can't
stat.
win. It means I am like nothing. I
Yes, I
I'm
mean status is there, and apart from that, how I am going to get interesting projects, that is also not possible. But in the new system, his opportunity for work is not getting destroyed by that. Means if he says that I'm going to do, I'm slowing down. Basically what he's saying I'm slowing down. Before I was
Mhm.
taking many projects, now I am going to say sometime I will do something, or I will mostly do some lectures, but once in a while I will do some acting. But in this system he is afraid that he will not get anything. That is his fear. Means he will
Mhm.
lose the control over his work area. That is the fear.
Yes, 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 this fair. And one more, that I think that he's doing many projects on his life, not because he really want to do. Maybe he
Yes, yes.
enough one project for one life, but this like extra, extra efforts also creating some, some wrong in perception. That no, like now doing more, like now I'm slow and can do only one. But I think in good system, he even in don't do so much, but like extra, because now people really whoever who win, they win by extra efforts, whatever not realistic, and they okay, they maybe feeling very good by like attain some condition, but it's not possible to fully enjoy because it's always tension
Yes,
through
yes.
attaining this.
Absolutely.
And I
Yes,
think
yes.
that okay, this one project, and I'm like without hurry, like doing, and it can be more good also than
Yes.
many project, and it's ultimately it's all people doing project. Just winner, we looks like one winners, but him many people helping. It's not his like merits. He's only his one
Absolutely.
because so
Yes.
many people like even someone like writing PhD, but many students collecting like information for him, bringing so or some like Nobel, some Nobel Prize who got. Okay, he
Uh,
got, but how many people was including on all his project? Okay, maybe he
yeah.
like regulator, maybe a good administrator, maybe more intelligence, but it's not matter that. But we looking that only he is winner and
Yeah.
other nothing. So it's also like kind of what is my value, but only like few like valuable, but really reality not like this. Reality all doing something for
Yeah.
some check.
Yeah. And I was listening to one of the TV programs here, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Indian version of that, Kaun Banega Karodpati. And one of the famous actors, Amitabh Bachchan, was there. And one of the one of the guests, one of the competitors, who candidates who has come for answering the questions, he was saying that I was doing lower jobs before. And when he said that, then Amitabh Bachchan said that koi kaam chota ya bada nahi hota. No work is higher or lower. He said it because that's a ethic, like a saying,
Mhm.
famous saying.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, obviously, a worker who labor type of job, he's getting very paid very less. On what basis are you saying that कोई काम बड़ा या छोटा नहीं होता? I mean,
Mm.
no work is higher or lesser. I mean,
Mm.
so much unconscious it is there in us.
Yes.
We are saying these things that all humans are equal, but
Mm.
reality not like this. We are saying all jobs are
Yes.
equal, but in reality it is not like this. Means this is not visible. That
Yeah.
it's it's so apparent that you are giving less money, his children are having less education, they are eating only one type of vegetable for many weeks, and you are saying that all types of jobs are equal. uh,
Mm.
hmm, means strange myopia.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, like many sentence which people like repeat everywhere. Like they repeatedly they saying like all sadhus, all. like this type of actors, they
Hmm.
they're repeating such type of things unconsciously. They're not looking like it's true or not. They're not looking. Amitabh Bachchan not looking like once time was when he no he was not getting money. His movies was going down, and his all money. He lost all his money, and he become a big uh, क्या
Yeah,
कहते हैं
some
उसको.
bankruptcy
Yeah, he
cases were
yeah, he
there.
was bankruptcy.
Many
Yes, yes.
people
And
came to his door, and they didn't treat him well, and they asked for money. He had to sell
yeah,
many things, and it was a very bad situation financially for him.
Mm,
Very struggling situation after his stardom. So it's not just that
yeah,
it was initial part. He was
yeah,
after his peak of stardom, experienced this kind of a thing. It's a big setback.
mm,
yeah. And then also he's saying no work is is lower or higher. But,
Yeah.
you were getting so much money in the movies and all that, and like at the same time other people also working in the movie, they were getting very less. And then also he's saying no work is
mm,
lower or higher, means experiencing something else and making a statement like totally
Yeah.
opposite of them. So,
And yeah,
so how
and
much they are unconscious.
when we will put this statement that it is possible in economics that equal valuation can be done, then people speak, how can you do equal valuation? Just few
How
minutes
can we
before
do?
they were speaking all men are equal.
All men are equal, no
uh,
work is lower and
uh,
higher. But valuation should be different. Money should go differently to other. That cannot
uh,
be a same.
uh.
Work can be same.
And they're saying it's equal opportunity. When
Yeah.
they are having more money, they can buy more facilities, they have more control
Yes,
over resources. Then
yes,
in which area are you looking equal opportunities? But they're saying it's a
yeah.
democratic country, it's a free
No,
country.
actually,
There is nobody stopping you. What else will
no.
stop me? I don't have money.
Yes,
What else is there to stop me?
uh,
So
yes,
strange.
yeah. Like strange. They are when they say these things. So this valuation system is very is the base for unpleasant life. The creating discrimination among the people. This valuation, because of this valuation, this creating discrimination, this creating lower and higher, this creating like a this distorting our all behaviors, our all thinkings, our all wishes, the, this creating a wrong type of our behavior pattern, thinking pattern, memory pattern. This distorted all our personality, all our lifestyle. It is distorted everything, and we are getting distorted life. How we can be happy in that? Anyone can be happy. How any rich or poor or anyone can be happy in such hypocritic type of, it's like with this full of discrimination type of world in in such life. How can be free from crimes, lies, murderers? How can be free from if this valuation continue in our life? So this valuation system is very root cause for all anomalies in our life.
wrong valuation.
Yes, wrong. Yes, yes, it's wrong valuation.
Because it's right valuation. It's just what we need for our life, for
Yes.
feeling good, and what we can, for example, what I can like have some ability or by which other can use me and also feel good. And only this
Yes.
will be proper value, because it's also kind of value, but it's not wrong, not distorted. For example,
Yes.
sometimes here is very in people going to psychologist is very popular question. I have, like low estimation, low self estimation, and when now by this, point of view, I already started to look. Basically, it's not difficult to like make high, but for this need people like okay, he's doing some liking work when feeling
Mhm.
some I have ability and can, because if have ability it's okay, but need more education for proper way for develop it. And whoever have minimum this, little more relax, because they're doing in proper place, proper work, and naturally like good feedback from people. It's of course if you do something like proper way, good way, and you can't do it, people also very happy and giving feedback and okay, proper work after relationship. Because if like not proper relationship, but also feeling some low estimation, because maybe this person not so much love me, maybe I am like wrong something. But if like normal relationship, proper relationship, this idea even not come. So what I'm doing wrong, what like, maybe I'm bad, or maybe some. So it like normal estimation. Even don't think about it in relationship. And what more? Yeah, whatever you need, like in part of experience, can go somewhere for traveling or some buying some food, some clothes, what you want, for not need to compare, oh, like he is more like can to do and buy many things I can't. If these only very simple things people have in self-esteem, like normal, not suffering by this. But how? When starting to ask people, and you understand that even these simple things like difficult, because many conditions, and first no money for all like fulfill whatever need for normal good self-esteem. Yeah, I understood what I'm telling about. I'm trying to express sometimes.
Yes.
Maybe not
Yes.
always.
Yes.
And by
Mm.
this, my self-esteem little down. I think people understand me or not. Could I explain properly or not? If like I looking like properly and people doing like proper feedback, thinking yes, everything okay, but when I telling and people not give proper, I'm like, what happened? And little like down self-esteem. Just like
No,
example, saying what
no, no,
happening. Hmm.
no, no. It was good, and yeah, like till this fundamental system not change, this type of life will continue, and we all will be in suffering continuously.
Just start from something. If it's main point
Yeah.
from which should start, other point already will be more easy to do.
Yes. Yes.
Need to start
Yeah.
from something from this economical inequality.
Yeah. And how looking this program, they can read this new book, the like Ambrezi tell the name of book and where they can download this and can join us.
The new book you're talking about, Sampoon Jivan Darshan, or the Complete Solution book?
Yeah, both
Yeah, yeah. So, oh, okay. Yeah. So all of this um, knowledge is, encapsulated there in these two books, the Sampoorn Samadhan and Sampoorn Jivan Darshan, which is in English. The Complete Solution book is available in Russian. Also, it is available in Bengali. It's also available, The Sampurn Samadhan has been translated into all these languages, and the first book, the Sampurn Samadhan, the complete solution, it is mainly about the new system design, which in which all these problems will not take birth, because by adopting that system, the root cause has been addressed, and the life that we all want to live is possible. How that is made possible is explained in detail, like what kind of economic model, political model, education model, family model, social model, philosophical model. So all of these are explained from a systems point of view in the first book, The Complete Solution, or Sampurn Samadhan. In Sampurn Jivan Darshan, that is the base upon which all of this design has been made. And we go into detail about the philosophy of life, the aim of life, and about consciousness, and how consciousness, like what is a human basically, what is consciousness and how it behaves. And that whole science, that all that knowledge about consciousness is crisply explained in the Sampurn Jivan Darshan. So by understanding Jivan Darshan, you will understand all human behavior, and why any human being does anything. So if you want to understand consciousness, then, and basically the system is for conscious people, like human beings, so it's very important that we understand the base upon which the entire new system has been constructed, and that is what is human being, and that is very beautifully explained in Sampurn Jivan Darshan. So you can download this free of cost from our website, www.universallifemanagement.org, or you can order from Flipkart or Amazon these books as of now. Um, I'm posting the link of the website in the comment section, and you
And
can,
description.
yeah, and you can also listen to. Uh, so we have a Hindi channel, ULM Hindi, and an English channel, ULM YouTube channel, ULM English, and a new podcast has also been launched, and it's available on Spotify. The name of the podcast is The Complete Solution, so you can listen to that also. That is in English, and from the website you can get all the information about all the content that we are creating on various platforms.
Yeah, so we can conclude.
Yeah, so mm, we can conclude the session for today, and good night everybody, and thanks for joining.
Yeah, good night for all.
Good night.
Good night.
To
Good
all.
night. Yeah, see you next week, Monday, all of you.
Uh,